And it has a red Porsche in the bottom.
I'm searching for it.
Is this? That kind of software did you? Is it ready?
I don't see any shoes.
No.
Oh, yes.
But
Nice.
Hey, everybody.
Hello,
Can
Don.
Hello,
You find
everyone. How are you?
Yes, very nice.
Yay.
Very nice. Colorful.
Yay. Thank you. Yeah, I got my very nice first. Yay.
Really, really nice.
All right, here we go. Get you up there. Welcome, everybody. Don Giannatti, lighting-essentials.com and project52prosystem.com. Glad to have you guys here for this show. Going to look through some pictures, critique them, and find out what everyone's up to. Look at that. We got some great shots here tonight. Beautiful. All right. First one up. Okay. This is Kevin's. Kevin, what's happening here, sir?
Well, I went around and I looked for a something to shoot before I actually finished reading the assignment. So I ended up with just one item, but there's multiple angles and multiple, multiple things I want to do there. First and foremost, I want to try and recreate sunlight. I'm sorry, was I interrupting somebody? I wanted to recreate sunlight on the image. So there's a grid spot coming in from camera left.
Oh, okay.
And that's kind of, I wanted to bring out the detail on the bird's feathers there. It's just like a wooden bird statue thing that we had lying around the house. And I wanted to have that strong light source because I wanted to say, mimic sunlight on this.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted a softer light source coming in from camera right to kind of wrap around the bird a bit and bring out some of the shaping on it and on the branch.
Okay. Well, you seem to have succeeded in that pretty well. We got the shape of the bird. We got the shape of the branch, the highlight on this side, the shadow detail over there. You didn't shoot it to minimize your ambient, so it looks like you just sort of went right with the ambient.
Yeah, I wanted to make it look, if you, I shot it in open shade just up my back porch in my house.
Sure. It looks like your strobe is about here.
Yeah.
Okay. So if your strobe was about here, the sun right on the horizon, what color would the light be?
It would be more orangey,
a little more orange. So let's do that real quick here. Let's do this. We want to make it look like the sun. So hang tight. Photoshop has the best tools for that ever.
Yeah, ever since they dropped in that 81B, it's just...
That's exactly right. Let's see, let's share this here. We're just going to add a new, every time it's in the way. And I'm getting the spinning beach ball of, anyway, getting that a lot after the last photo filter. We go to the photo filter and we just, the first one that comes up is warming. We just take it up to about 50%. Maybe 40%. And we get a nice warm look to it. A little more natural.
Okay, yeah.
Pretty cool. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Oh, you were shooting the shade as well.
Yeah.
So that's even going to be a little bit more blue. You want to warm that up. I do it in Photoshop more than I do it on the camera. I like to leave my camera at one, my camera is on daylight and I don't change it. I can always, all those, like they've got shade and all that. I just leave it on daylight and I can do everything else later. But all right, that's cool. That's a nice, had your softbox on this side and this side is the card, huh?
There's a card on that side and then there's a grid to the camera left.
Oh, I see it. There it is. Grid back over there. All right, good.
There's behind the scenes shot is the next photo.
Yeah, I think I'm on that.
Okay, because I'm seeing your Adobe. I'm seeing your Adobe
Oh,
screen right now.
you're still seeing the Photoshop? Sorry. Hold on. We'll go back here.
There we go.
Yeah. So there's the grid back there. This, and then you're using this for fill. Cool.
I think if I was going to change anything about that, I'd probably move that softbox further back from the camera so I get more of the light wrapping around the bird, get a stronger shadow on it.
Right. I might go with about 2/3 faster shutter speed too, to bring the back down just a little bit so it pulls that subject forward. It'll still look like ambient light, but we'll just get a little more like the light is really hitting the bird.
Sure.
Very cool. Barbara Sherman. Barbara? All right. Remind me to do Barbara Sherman. Let me write that down. Get everybody at the end if they're not here. All right, Virginia Long, are you here?
Yes, I'm here, Don.
Hi, Virginia. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you.
Wow, this looks really good, Virginia.
Yeah.
The light's just coming right across here. Good detail. Even in the shadow detail is really good. But I love the way the light's coming across all this tools and rust, and we got the shadow here. This is looking good. That's looking good. All of it looking very nice. Good shape. What is your light source?
The whole thing's done with the torch, the lighting method with the torch. So it's about 8 different exposures, and I've lit it and put it together in Photoshop. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why there's not a behind the scenes shot.
So 8 separate exposures blended in Photoshop.
Correct. Yes.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. That's how you can, when you're working that, when you're painting the light on, you can be very precise. Your fill is beautiful over here. Keeping that color in is great.
Thank you. Yeah, that was fun to do.
Yeah, it's supposed to be fun to do. That's really nice, Virginia.
Oh, thanks, Don. That's great. Thanks.
Lovely composition. Audie.
Yes, I'm here.
All right, there we go.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, this is a cloisonne vase. This is actually like the third or fourth item I ended up shooting this week, trying to do some experimentation. And what I liked about it was that it had these artificial, it's not really bamboo, but these artificial flowers with these white leaves that had kind of a concave feel to them. And so I decided to play around with this. And actually, this final shot is somewhat serendipitous, because one of the issues I had with the shooting the vase itself was I was attempting to use a reflector, opposite to put some light more onto the front of the vase to open up the shadow a little bit, and it kept coming out as a straight line. So I ended up putting a second flash with umbrella, and it worked fine. But I ended up changing things around a little bit, and when I was getting ready to recreate the shot, I had to put the umbrella back in the proper position. And what happened was it was actually facing towards the curtain in the back, and and I set it off, and it actually provided the light that opened up the left side of the vase.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brought my reflector back around and to try to bring a little bit more fill light towards the front.
Yeah,
And
can see the fill light right there. That's
Mhm.
your umbrella back there, and this is your main light.
Right. And the umbrella was facing, like I said, towards the curtains in the background, so it would end up providing some some light off the bouncing off the curtain on the left side.
Right. And what I really like about your shot is you've got the lit side of the can against the shadow side of the curtain, and the shadow side of the can against the lit side of the curtain. So when you look at your subject, it's being lit this way. When you look at your background, it's being lit that way. And that gives lots of separation and depth, because our minds just know that there's something else back there. There's space for that background to do that. It's nice. Your exposure is all nice up through here. Everything's nice. I might, there's a couple of dark little white ones like that one and that one. I'd probably tell you go back into Lightroom, see if you can adjust those up a little bit. Make these white flowers just pop, okay?
Yeah.
Right now, the brightest thing on your shot is part of the can.
Right.
I don't think that's what we want. I think we want to see these flowers. So you might have to paint every one of these little flowers with your little paint, and then paintbrush, and then just, masker and bring it up just a little bit, maybe a half stop.
Yeah.
But make those really pop, and it'll be a much better shot.
Okay, I'll do that.
Yeah, very nice. What was your lens, sir?
Oh, okay. I was using my trusty 60 millimeter again.
Okay.
Yeah, the macro. Yeah, the D700, D7100. Let's see, shutter speed was 200, because when I actually set up the shot, I was experimenting with my D80. I figured I'd rather put clicks on my old D80 than my newer 7100, and then I switched out the cameras.
All right, very good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh, there's your setup. There we go. There's your setup.
Yeah, and actually swung the reflector out of the way so the vase would show up.
Get this light here, down here.
Yeah, yeah. I was using my Norman. The power setting was 30.
Oh, okay. If you're using a Norman, you got to put it where it goes, where it ends up.
Right.
You don't have the ability to dial it down, in other words, to get it in close, right?
Yeah, it does have several different settings, but it's basically toggle switch with the ability to supposedly adjust 2 stops, but analog, it's kind of iffy.
Yep, not a problem. Looks good.
Thank you.
Good setup. Yeah. Ooh, wow, Kit. Kit here?
Yeah, I'm here. Hi, Don.
Hi, Kit. Oh, that's really lovely, my friend. That's just lovely. You went with super shallow depth of field, which I think was the right thing to do for this. That's just sharp as heck right through there. Very cool. Little bit sharp. It starts to fall out, and then we go soft. The same thing over here. We go soft on the edges. The softness just frames these lilies. That's really lovely.
But I realized that I kind of messed it up because I didn't do a gradient background.
You did add a kicker light, right?
Yeah, the next shot is my back behind the scenes.
Your kicker light, putting that edge on it, that tells us that there's something somewhere else. That gives us the impression of depth. Let's go and look at your background. Okay. Yeah, you could have put a spray in here, right in here, just let it float up a little bit. I think it would be very cool for this shot. Is this still set up?
No.
No, okay. I think it would be very cool if you ever do it again, is to get a little bit of light coming up about to there. And I mean, when I say a little bit of light, I mean no brighter than like maybe that or that, you know, just a little bit gray, not white at all, not bright at all, and just have it come up right from the base up, not a circle, just from the base up.
Okay.
That's one of my afternoon sneezes. The other one will be here shortly.
Salute.
Lovely having the wind blow and allergies. All right, we've got Stacy Tyler. Stacy, you here?
I'm here.
Good, good. Oh, I got to go back one time here. This would make an incredibly beautiful print, Kit.
My wife has already requested a print for that.
Yeah, you need to print that really bad. Very good. All right, Stacy, what is this, sir?
It's an old Montgomery Ward's reciprocating saw.
Okay.
And we light painted, used the blue gel with a flashlight to paint
Right.
the, and then we used a CTO gel to paint the wood and the wood chips or the sawdust.
Good. Good, good.
Just kind of trying to make it look like it was in the moonlight a little bit, I guess.
All right, what is back here?
Nothing other than some black foam core.
Okay, I would have wanted you, had I been on set with you, I would have wanted you to put a board or something, just a piece of 2x4, 4x4 or something back up here and paint it a little bit as well. So that this, and when you paint it from this direction, because this seems to be painted from this direction. Am I right?
Right.
Right. And then paint this from this direction. Then we would have that real separation. Right now, it's sort of folding into the background. Black is just going into the background. I think I would have liked that better than a kicker light, because a kicker light would well, you got a little bit when you light painted there, but a kicker light would make it look, I think, almost too commercial. You know, it's like we use kicker lights all the time to get that little back edge. And I think just some wood or something back there, even if it's the surface up to about here, that was painted to give a little bit of depth to this thing. That's
Okay.
really good. What did you use to light paint it?
Just a handheld little LED flashlight.
Okay, did you modify it at all?
Yeah, there's a blue gel on the when I painted the saw, and then a CTO when I painted the wood.
But no softening, no diffuser or anything?
No.
Okay. Yeah. That's cool, man. You still have this saw?
I do.
Why don't you try it again and put something back there?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah, good. When you put it into the Facebook group, tag me.
I will.
All right, very good. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Don.
What lens, sir?
The Tokina 28 to 75.
Very good. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
There you are. Yeah, see this wood here? Just lean it up against something back there. You know what I'm saying?
You bet.
This is these two are in the shop, but you got to have another one somewhere.
Yeah. All right.
You
Thanks,
just
Don.
take it out of the wall. Take it out of one of the walls. Make sure it's not load bearing. Very good. Very cool. Catherine Dunlop.
Yep, I'm here.
Hi.
Hello there.
How are you? We've got our lights on
I'm doing
both sides. So you're using dark field lighting
Mm-hmm.
and white cards in front.
Yeah, I actually wound up putting the white card underneath. I tried it with both black with the white card to bounce, and then just white. I like the white better. And then left and right, there are white cards to bring the light around from the window. And then across the top, I put that's a translucent piece because I was getting too much shadow. I felt like there was too much shadow coming down on the piece.
Okay. Got a lot of light up here.
Yeah, and it was changing. Unfortunately, I found the downside of using natural light is that as I'm doing it keeps changing.
Clouds. Yes, clouds are the bane of our existence for natural light, especially when you have those big puffy clouds in the summer. And it goes from, it's like 2 stops difference,
Exactly.
All right, it's very
and
nice.
on this one,
these white cards on the side are giving us these highlights.
Right.
And then your very soft scrim on top. I wonder if it's the scrim that's giving us these highlights.
No, the piece on top just got rid of the shadow down below because I didn't want that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then up the side cards, the white and left, the white cards on right and left are giving those. Well, I was trying to make sure you could see. I wanted to have something that was sort of spherical that really showed the roundness of it.
Yes, yes, and these highlights going around, down the side here like this, really show that really very nicely. I like the fact that you brought the top in too, so we can see into it a little bit. Good job on the horizon. Well, you guys don't have to be told twice, do you? Good job on the horizon, getting that horizon down low and getting it up into the background. That looks really good. What lens?
I was using my kit lens, which is 1755, and I had it set at 55 millimeters.
Okay, very good. And never apologize for kit lenses, folks. Kit lenses are really good. People tell you they're not. I'm sorry, they are. They're better than most lenses from 20 years ago. So, all right. So this is Umberto's.
Hello, Don. How are you?
Good. How are you, sir?
Fine. Thank you very much. This shot is 2 photos combined. I have to shot first the stones alone.
Right.
And I illuminated with a softbox at ground level. And then I took another shot with the bottle because it was really difficult to illuminate it with the softbox. The softbox is not that small, but looks very small in the bottle because of its shape. So I decided to use the sky as a.
Yeah, we got the sky in there.
Yes.
So when the softbox went off, it didn't reflect in this.
Yes, it did reflect, but it looked very small because it's spherical. So it was really ridiculously small, very strange.
Okay. Very nice. I love all the sharpness of the rocks. Very clean, real sharp. This looks good.
Thank you.
Yeah, good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
What lens did you use, Umberto?
I used a 50 millimeters.
Okay. You can see it down here. There's your little softbox there.
Yes.
Taking softboxes outside can be some of the most fun you'll ever have. I'm not kidding, folks. No matter what you're doing, whether you're shooting cactus or whatever, you take the softbox out, use the sun as a kicker light, use your softbox, you can have some pretty interesting photographs. Really fun. Thanks again, Umberto. Very good.
Thank you, Don.
Yeah. Jay.
Hi, Don.
Hi, how are you?
Good.
All right. So what did you do here?
Okay, these are carved figures that are painted. So I had a piece of blackboard on one side and a piece of blackboard on the back. And I had an octagon light coming from camera left, and then I used 2 scrims. I sort of never done that ever, but I used 2 scrims to soften the light coming from camera left. And so the issue was to get enough light. Then I had a piece of white board directly in front of the 2 figures to where the plexiglass started. And then I had another piece of white coming from the side to the front and the side so that the white figure would get light reflected back on it.
Okay. You did a really good job with the dark head there. The light head doesn't seem to be blowing out at all. That looks good through here. The highlights on the front of these toys are really pretty.
Thank you.
It looks good. The only thing, Jay, is you didn't give me a lot of dimension in it. In fact, the way you lit it, you sort of took out dimension. In the, I mean, the objects themselves are dimensional, but there's no dimension in the picture. But these are great little product shots. How big are these figurines?
Maybe about 8 inches to 8 to, I think less than 10 inches high, and about maybe 10 inches from front to back, 8 to 10 inches from front to back.
And where did you get these? These from Peru?
No, these are from a little village outside of Oaxaca, Mexico.
Oh, okay.
So a lot of people do these carvings, and this guy is one of the best. And he does very, very folky stuff, but he just does a lot of these bike figures. We have another one, but they're really a delight. How would you what would you do to get more dimensionality?
Well, your background is flat. There's no dimension in the background.
Okay.
These are not dimensional off. I mean, they're just against a flat background.
Okay.
They themselves have plenty of dimension, but this
right. That's what I was.
Yeah, we don't have a foreground background. We have a foreground surface.
So, how could I have done that differently, where there would be more of
a billion ways? A billion ways. A spray light.
Name one.
Light coming from the back. Anything to break up the background so that there's a feeling of light on the background that's different than on the foreground, because that's how we get the dimension into it. Like I say, the objects themselves are very dimensional, but the photograph doesn't have dimension. That doesn't say that that has nothing to do with whether these are good photographs. They're good photographs. It's a good photograph, no doubt about it. I was surprised that you didn't do any dimension here, but great product shot. I'd put that. Put that in your book, man. I mean, it's
really. I mean, it's still set up so I can bring a speed light and put it in the back. And
I'd do something back there, just a little bit of something to break that background up a little bit, and then we have that feeling of
I didn't even think about it.
Background.
Okay.
Yeah. Good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. Jim Hill.
Hello, sir.
Hi, Jim.
So I was trying to pick a subject that had some shape to it. I usually just do like fruits and vegetables, but my wife suggested this, and it's something I'm interested in, and trying to do like jewelry and that kind of stuff. So I just practice. And, there's a light to the left, shooting to a scrim, and I had a couple fill cards on it.
Okay. Rule of thumb for jewelry: light from the back. Okay.
Okay.
I mean, it's a rule of thumb, so that doesn't mean it's forever, ever, ever. But Jim, it's a really big thumb. It's a Sissy Hankshaw thumb. It's big, right? So we get that light back there.
Okay.
Then your highlight comes down and we throw a shadow forward rather than sideways. That's just sort of the way jewelry is done. This looks pretty good in here. Then you need a toothpick or jail like this, some sort of dental. The dentists use these very sharp little steel things, and then you can move these chains. These chains have to be absolutely perfect in jewelry. Absolutely perfect. Not one twisted chain. I had to go back and do shots again because we'd get the film out. We missed a twisted chain or a kink chain. We'd have to go back and do them again on 8x10 film. Those were not happy days. That's why I always did the chains myself, because if I screwed up the chain, I had to go back and shoot it. That's one thing. But if my assistant screwed up the chain, I had to go back and shoot it, then I'd be less happy. I would have a scapegoat. So you got to make these things absolutely perfect. Exposure-wise, it seems like it might be a little hot. I mean, like right in here, kind of losing some detail there. I would maybe bring it down about a half stop, see what it looks like.
Okay.
And there's also a something up here, James or Jim. What is that? It's darker up there. It's like a gray, or is it my eyes?
Oh, I just try to put a little filter on it just to take a little bit of the white out of there.
Yeah, if that's too faint, either show it to us or don't.
Okay.
Because that looks wrong, because it's just right on the edge. Yeah, take it out. Let it be white. Let it be white. You're also doing this, James. You're shooting your jewelry. Sorry. You're shooting your jewelry here, and you're shooting your camera here, right? Bring your camera up here. Down. The reason being, you don't want to do a bunch of focus stacking on these things if you don't have to. And, letting the chain go out of focus is not the style today. So bring your camera up a little bit and shoot almost straight down. You can shoot 5-10 degrees off straight down. That gives you, f/16 should give you everything in focus. Where at this oblique angle, f/16 is never going to get that in focus if you're focused up here. That makes sense?
I think that's some good advice.
All right. Thank you, sir. Good. And next one up is A Mouse by Patrick Matthews.
Hey, Don.
Hi, Patrick. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Got a nice highlight in here. That looks like an octabox.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Octabox.
I love the way the light is working here on this textured mouse surface here. That looks really good. The only thing, Patrick, I need something to break this up because it's very, very dark there against that side, right?
Yep.
We need something over there. I'm trying to figure out how we could do that because you're sitting on the background, so we can't put a light behind it. Not sure we'd want to put a light up to it. We could do that. Let me try something. All right, let's share this. All right, I'm going to do a bad job of it, okay? Because I don't want to sit here and do a perfect job because I can't. But I want to bring. I'm going to bring this. See, it clears the shadow here. Do you see that?
Yep.
It clears the shadow, so I'm going to cut it out right here. It's not taking. I guess it was right here. I'm just going to do kind of a funky job here. Right along that edge till we get right up to about there. Then I'm going to make it look like it's a beam of light.
Who wants to know if you're still going to walk with her at 6?
All right, so I'm going to bring that up. And with that, I'm going to, fastest way I know to do it to show you, but this is probably not how I would do it, is use a screen. That's like that. That looks pretty terrible. So we're going to lower that opacity of that thing way down about there. And then I'm going to apply a Gaussian blur to it. Blur, Gaussian blur. You see what I'm talking about now?
Yep.
If I double it, that's too bright. I'm going to drop that one down a little bit more. Yeah, just a little bit of something over there.
Okay.
Pull that side out. I'd rather you do it with light and not do it in Photoshop, because you can see it really gets, well, of course, we're using a low res file too, but it really gets kind of noisy and stuff. But now we can see that far edge of the mouse, and it feels like it's off the background.
Okay.
That's what we're looking for. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
That's my behind the scenes.
Okay. One thing you could do is you could do the stripe across the paper.
Okay.
On one shot, shoot the mouse, and then put the mouse down over the paper. As long as the camera doesn't move, you might have that, you know, it should come down perfect on it.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one way to do it. You can find other ways to do it. Thank you, Patrick.
All right. Thank you.
Yep. John McAllister's Empty Bottles.
Hey, Don.
Hi, John. How are you?
Okay, thanks.
These are cool. Now, this is natural light or strobe?
This is strobe. Yeah, 3 separate lights. That's got some Hessian cloth. Got a bare light behind.
Okay.
I got just a little octagonal soft box up front, just adding a little bit of fill. And
that's the soft box here for a little fill.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is
that one down there just for the grapes, because the bottles are much easier to light than grapes. They're not translucent. So,
yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that's very nice. You've got some interesting, really interesting light going on here. When I get in and I see this, these highlights like this right in here, there, this is coming from the background way over there.
Yeah.
Same in here. I like how this bottle is dark and goes in front of the other bottle.
Yeah, I put a black card on the left.
Okay,
I tried a white card, but I didn't like it. It was a black look much better.
Black card over here, so we're getting all this negative black over here. Yeah. And then I love this little pool of light here for the grapes.
Yeah.
Very cool. Even though you're not using grid spots at other places, there are still places where it looks like it could be. Like we've got that little bit of light behind that jar. We got a little bit of a brighter light here than we do over here. So there's those pool of lights. You're already setting it up. In other words.
Yeah, Hessian works really well.
Yeah. So the brain.
I've had them bottles in that Hessian for a long time and not used them.
Did you turn this?
Yeah.
So that right in the light there.
I love them old bottles as well, because they're all different thicknesses and warped and all handmade, so they're nice.
Very cool. What lens, sir?
It's 100 macro.
100 macro.
Oh, so I was back a bit.
Okay.
I was actually back almost against the wall.
Yeah, and that just flattens everything up.
Yeah.
Here and makes what you did with the dimension even more important, because it could you know, if you're not careful, the longer back the lens is, the longer the lens, the farther back you are, you start compressing everything, and you can start losing depth rather than seeing.
Yeah, it was actually interesting. I did do it on the 50, and it looked artificial, if you know what I mean. This is, like you said, it's flattened it, so it's almost like a painting, but you added in dimension with the shapes.
Yeah, very good.
And the composition. Yeah, no, I enjoyed that one.
I love the colors too, by the way, the greens, browns.
Oh, lovely old bottles. And you get nice texture from the Hessian as well.
Yeah, Nicely done. Nicely done. Leonardo has some festive percussion instruments. How are you?
I'm quite well, thank you.
Got some nice percussive things here.
They're all shakers, yes.
Yeah. You got a nice background is lit here, and catching all these guys being lit there. That's really nice. This lit on the side goes a little bit darker, and then we pick up a little bit of a fill right there. I love the way your light goes behind the pot, though. I think that's really cool, and it helps bring the pot forward. And then your fill on this side, picking up these, whatever those things are hanging there from that side, just lets us know that there's something over there. And that gives us some dimension. Very good. That's nice. What did you shoot this with?
100 macro.
100 macro. How far back were you?
I would say 5 feet.
Okay, so you're using a big scrim with a strobe?
No, it's all, that's a window on the left.
Okay, all right.
Camera left is the window with the curtains and a diffuser in front of a really thin curtain.
Okay.
Then I have 2 cards on the right, black and white. The black is for the vase.
Okay.
And the white is for the shakers.
Okay, this is the white.
Yeah, that's the white for the shakers and the black for the vase.
All right, I want you to try something, okay? I want you to try this. You see you got your board back there.
Yeah.
And you got your vase here, right? Yeah. I want you to move the vase up to here. So you got a little bit of room behind the board, behind this, between the vase and the board. Okay, with me? So the vase is moved up to here. And then what I want you to do is I want you to hang a little bit of diffusion from there to about here. Try one sheet, try a second sheet. What I want to do is I want to knock the light down so it's darker on this side, and then pull this card forward so that more light from your window can hit this side of the board.
Will do.
Okay? Then, when we look at your picture, we will have a situation where it's reversed. We'll have darker area here against the lit part of your picture. And over here where it starts to get dark, it's going to start to lighten up again.
Okay.
Because it's going to start seeing that window. It'll be very subtle.
I have one question for you. If I bring that vase forward towards the camera, do I just need to leave the camera where it is, because otherwise my background is very tiny?
You're high,
right at the edge.
Well, bring it forward as much as you can. What lens are you using?
100.
100. I see what you're saying. Okay.
I'm tight. I'm really, I wish I could have moved it forward.
Do you have a zoom that covers 135?
135. I have, no, I have 70 to 200.
Well, that covers 135.
135. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Try it at 135 and see what you get.
Okay.
Okay. That should compress that background a little bit. Shouldn't change the look of your shot that much, but you're going to get a narrower field of view with the 135. And if that doesn't work, just push it back to where you can make it work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
All right. Very good.
Thank you, Don.
Yep. Tom Siebert, yellow. Hi, Tom.
Hey, Don. How are you?
Good. So we got some nice highlights here. I like what you did right here. Bringing that bowl in front of that bowl. This pot is nice and bright here. Comes around the very, very long transition to the shadow. And then you lit this side of the bowl that comes right into that dark side, and also does a very long transition to the shadow. A little bit of fill over here, dark up here, bright over here. all kinds of dimension in the shot. All kinds. All kinds. Very nice.
Yeah, but that my big epiphany was moving the bowl so it cut into that dark.
Mm-hmm.
It really did make a huge difference. I
Oh,
first had them
absolutely.
separated, but
Absolutely. I'm not a big fan of the grays.
yeah, me neither. I
Yeah.
suffered finding something to put back there.
Sure. Sure. This composition looks very, very good. This works really well. We'll need to do something with the background. Maybe, I think I would take these things, these guys here. This is fine. Just put a piece of art paper back there, like a blue, or, like almost a medium or a pastel blue, because the yellows will just pop from that blue.
Just
leave it flat.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just looking for something to put back there. Didn't look like boring, but
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was great.
Well, these are so cool. I don't know if boring wouldn't be the right thing. I mean, we don't want to put too much interest in it.
Yeah,
All these
awful
stripes
lot
are
of,
too interesting. There's too much going on here against these very minimalistic bowls.
Yeah, good points.
Yeah, cool. What lens are you using? You're back a ways.
It's a 85.
85. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gold reflector coming back in here. Let's go back and look at it. Real soft in here.
Yep.
All right. Good, Tom. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, good shoot. Good shot. This is Mildred.
Hi.
Mildred. Hi, Mildred.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. I'm good.
This is a very nice rendition of this perfume spray here. Your highlights are right on the money here. Your oh, Mildred, you're a little off on your label.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, see, there's that much distance between the edge and the D, and there's twice as much between the S.
Gotcha.
You gotta turn it, and so it's just dead on. But that being said, why don't you look at it? Let me know. You know what it looks like? It looks like it's put on crooked, because it looks like this is straight to the camera down here. That looks pretty straight. It's a square base, right?
The base that it's on, yes.
It's a square base and then it turns round, correct?
Right. No, it's round.
The base is round?
Yeah, the whole little perfume thing is yeah.
Oh, you cut the base off then. Did you?
I got it really close to the edge, I guess.
Okay. Because that looks square to me. It looks square because I got a line going right through it there. And so it may, if this is the base is squared off or something, it might be crooked. So let us know, okay? But if you can set this up and clear this right into the center, I think you'll have a very nice product shot. Get rid of the gray. Let's just get it on white, Mildred. Let's get a little more white up front, okay? Let's bring it down to here. And just, I like your shooting up at it. I like that a lot. Let's just clean it up and put it right on white and make a nice, simple commercial product shot with it.
Okay. Okay. I really struggled with this. I don't. I actually had that top looking all squared.
The top?
I did. I had it.
The top looks good.
Huh?
The top looks great.
Yeah, but it took me like an hour to figure it out. I couldn't. I was trying to, to make the top just pop like that, and then it had gold and silver, and then when I did it with just plain white board, it looked dull, and I think the way that I was holding the board actually had it looking like I had a square top. even I had to laugh. I was like, this is not as easy as I thought.
Okay.
So it was
that looks pretty, that really looks pretty good to me. I'm not sure your background is white, so you need to go in and check that.
Okay, okay, it looks white. Well, I mean, it looks like a light gray.
Looks like a light gray. It needs to be white. Just needs to be
Okay.
absolute white. You've got your dark edges on your silver there, so it should pop easily, very nicely, but really needs to be kind of white. And you probably put it in your levels, you know, and you're going to find your white is about here, right? Just slide that pointer over here and grab that white, and should clean it right up. And then if your mid-tone is over here, you might have to move your mid-tone this way just a little bit to bring back some mids, but not much. Not much at all. Yeah. Yeah, very cool.
Okay.
What lens? What lens?
I'm at a 60.
Yeah, just give us some more room around it. And let's get rid of this. We don't need that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's out of focus. We don't know what it is, so let's just ditch it.
Okay.
All right, good.
All right.
Good.
Thanks.
Yep. Product shot from Leisha.
Yes.
Those are great shoes. Wow.
Yeah, great. Actually.
All right, so you've got a light from this side that I can see right down the heel here.
Yes.
And here, and we got a light from this side we can see right down the heel, and picking up on the flowers very much. The flowers are really bright in here. I would probably lighten the shoes just a little bit because your flowers are so bright. Let's bring these oranges up just a little bit. And honestly, I think I would have left the car out. The reason is we don't need the car. We've got the hot shoes and the hot flowers, and it looks really great. And the car comes in and confuses the eye.
Okay.
Yeah. Is this still set up, Leisha?
Yes.
Yeah. Take the car out. Bring this. When you're shooting shoes for commercial, you've got to show three things to the. I just put two fingers up and it told you had to do three things. Anyway, you've got to show the height of the heel. You've got to show the instep. What does it look like inside? So we're going to turn one of these. Got to see the instep. We've got to see the toe, because that's what women look for. What does a toe look like? And so with two shoes, you can show the instep over here. You've got the height of the heel. We just need, right now, we need to see the instep of one of these things. We see the toe from the side. We see it over here. We just need to see what it is like inside. The only time we don't show the instep is if the instep is boring, okay? If they're special shoes like Lubelin, of course, we're going to show the red sole. That, you know, if the sole is something really, really special, or if it has some sort of grip thing down on the bottom, we'll show that. But the toe, the height of the heel, or the cut of the shoe from the side, and the instep. Does that give you some guidance to jump back in?
Oh, absolutely. I can shoot it again.
Good.
It's set up. I haven't moved it.
Good. Yeah, make it about the shoes. The car is too red, and it just pulls our eye down, and it's not the shot. Those guys are the shot.
Okay.
And you probably even move in a little tighter. Looks really good.
Okay.
Mike Moore.
How are you, Don?
Good. You ever hear the story about back in the day when the Nikon, there used to be a shot of Nikon lenses. I want to go all the way back to the 1980s. And it had all the lenses that Nikon made. Was a beautiful setup shot. I'm sure you saw it. The first photographer who shot it on an 8x10 camera with a Schneider lens. Ooh. Nikon found out he shot it with a Schneider lens, fired him, had somebody else reshoot it on a Nikkor. True story.
Jeez.
Yep, true story.
Unbelievable.
That's like not thinking, you know?
Right.
Nikon lenses are so sharp, we shot it with a Schneider.
That's great.
This is clean in here. I like the way the light comes back behind this, which sets this lens apart here. Got a little bit of nice soft fill right on this side here, don't you?
Yes.
Just a little bit. Look at that. That's right in there. Nice highlight coming down here. And a nice background gradient up to the light blue. Yep. Yep. Don't you want to ask Canon why they decided to make the 70-200 white? Who knows?
I heard it was because of the temperature. It's a big lens, has a lot of body. So black would be really hot. No?
Nope.
Okay.
They did it so people would see it was a Canon lens.
Yeah.
Yep. All those guys standing on the sides of the football fields and the basketball fields, they wanted to know they were shooting Canon because they're all shooting 70-200s.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they didn't make it the 85 white. They just wanted to sell the heck out of that 8200. And they just said, we're going to make it white. I think the 300 is white as well, right?
Yeah. Everything above 200, I think, right? Like this is a 100 to 400.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 70-200, 100, 400, 300.
70-300. Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are all white.
Yep. Well, those big sports lenses to be seen. As far as heat, I doubt that, no, if heat made an issue, Nikon would be doing it, Fuji would be doing it, Sony would be doing it,
Yeah.
On and on.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it was a marketing point. Very, very nice. Very well done marketing point, too.
Sure.
Nice high. Let's look at your behind the scenes. Clean
Right,
shot,
so
Mike.
Thank you. I shot this with my 90 tilt shift, and I was really tilted up and down, or down,
Okay.
I should say.
And you kept this in focus back there, too, huh?
It happened to be, yes. It was at f32.
Yeah. Nice thing about the tilt shift lens, they give you some depth of field.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, they do. Where's the blue? Oh, the blue is the gel on the background.
Yes. I had gelled light shooting up.
All right. Very cool. And you shot this with you said 24 tilt shift?
No, the 90.
90 tilt shift.
Yes.
Very good. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Matt Emmons.
I'm here. Emick, yeah, I'm here.
Oh, Emick. I'm sorry. My eyes are a little soft. Yeah. Okay. So tell me about this.
I had started with another idea that was way too complicated, and I was looking around, and we have this candle holder with a sleeping cat, and I said, oh, that's got some shape to it. Let me try that. And then these are literally our cat's toys, and I just started playing around.
Okay.
Thought the sleeping cat with mice eating its food while it was sleeping.
Okay. Got a top light here. I'm not crazy about this light over here. It almost.
Yeah, I don't like it either. I debated about taking it out. I wanted a spray. I was trying to add something to the background, and I wanted a spray.
It does give you more dimension than if it was black. If it was just black back there.
Yeah, I played with that. I could not get that light aimed to save my soul.
Mhm.
And the way I was set up, I was using the 8200 with the trigger for that, and then 2 speed lights that I had on optical slave because they're not compatible with the trigger.
Here's what I want you to do. I want you to reshoot this.
Okay.
And I want you to get in and make a really interesting photograph, because right now we've got a vase and 2 cat toys.
Okay.
I'm not really sure that we would stop if we came to his page on a magazine. I don't know if I would stop to look at it.
Gotcha.
Right? So find a way to do it. This is a hell of a challenge. 2 cat toys and a cat vase and the cat food. So think of, instead of pulling back, how can you get into this picture?
Okay.
Put us in the picture. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Do that. Tell me how you show us. Put it up on Facebook and tag it. Mr. Gibbs, Gray Gibbs.
Hello, sir.
Hi. Hey, where did you get your ice, sir?
Got it on Amazon. Ordered it right when this was announced, and just got it on Saturday. So.
Oh, cool. They look pretty good.
Yep.
I'm not crazy that this one's all out of the whiskey though. It's just, I wish it was down in the whiskey a little more.
Okay.
Yeah, because we got a space for it down there. Are these the floating? Do these float or do they not float?
They do not float.
Okay. All right. Yeah, let's get that one down in there. Your background looks great, nice and clean. However, we're losing that edge there, Gray. I got to get that edge back, man.
Yep, in the original, the edge is there. I think it's downloading it into Facebook because I worked about 40 minutes on making sure I had that edge.
Okay. Love the little spray light coming from behind the background here.
Yeah.
Coming forward. This is black plexi?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Like that spray light being a little bit bright behind it. That really pulls it off the background very well. And your drips here. Now, the drips are supposed to be whiskey, so they probably are they whiskey or?
They are whiskey.
Okay, so you got to warm those up a little bit.
Okay.
You got to get them, at least that kind of amber color right there. Very soft, but they can't look clear because our brain, even though logically we know that there's not enough color in there to show against that bright black, that bright background, we got to get it to look like whiskey coming down.
Okay.
Yeah, cool. What lens?
It was my 24 to 70.
All right, very good. Let's look at your, oh, no behind the scenes? We don't have a lighting thing?
It's in the
Oh,
comments
over
down
here.
below.
Okay, it's over here. Let's see how you did this. You're shooting into the softbox, am I right?
It was a Einstein with a reflector on it into a 5-in-1 Westcott, one of those bigger ones.
Got it. And it's close at one point, right?
Yeah, it's about
to get the bright spot.
Yeah. You can see the darkness, and that's kind of where the Einstein is.
Okay. Very nice, and no fill on the sides or anything.
Nope, just one single light. Ambient went dark, so everything was done in camera.
Very cool. Looks good.
Thank you.
Joey Harris. Nice. Nice lights all the way through it, Joey. You kept it off the background. Very nice. Nice liquid highlights. We know it's shiny. That's very nice coming from over there. That works very well. I like your low angle too, and your horizons in the right spot, Joey. Good job. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Cool. Bring your lights in closer next time. Get them in really close. All right. This is Mark Lund.
How are you doing tonight?
Good, Mark. So, all right. What's it sitting on?
It's a piece of metal mesh that I got from Hobby Lobby a while ago. And then that's sitting on top of a piece of black foam core. The blue is a gift wrap paper that I got from Dollar General. So it's kind of like a blue metallic. I put that underneath the foam core and have it up at a sweep.
Okay.
And then I got a grid that's pointing towards the background to light up the blue.
Right.
And then I got a grid coming in from camera right, going across the front of the speaker, and I've got two white cards on the left-hand side and a big white card on the right-hand side because the light was coming bright enough off the fill cards on the left-hand side. It was bringing a little bit more back in on that back right-hand side.
Okay. This background, the background just looks all mottled. It's like darker here.
Yeah, I honestly was trying to hurry to get the picture in. I've been so slammed. I need to take a little bit more time and do a little bit finer processing on it.
Yeah, you got to make, if you're going to do a shot like this, it just has to be so perfect, so perfect. We've got, you know, marks in the mesh. The mesh doesn't look like it's lit well in here. This is a harder shot to do.
Yeah, this one it was 2 nights. I worked on it for 2 nights and I still wasn't 100% happy, but.
Well, your lights are still very far away. I'd get them in really close, Mark. Okay. If you can dial them down enough to get them in, I'd get them in really close. Okay. This light here is lighting these cards up.
Yes.
Get it in there.
Okay.
Because your cards are close enough. That's close enough. This fill card can be here, you know, this one here. And this front light can, I don't know what this front light's doing. Is it doing the background?
The background.
Oh yeah, don't do it that way. Put it underneath the table to hit the background.
Well, I have it.
Too much space there.
That blue material is coming underneath the foam core and then going up to, I have a piece of foam core clipped on that white hanger rack.
Just let it hang straight.
Okay.
Just let it hang down and put this light down under here and come up into it. You'll have a much better, it's just so far away. It's not going to be, it's just going to try, you have problems with those, with that material. All right. All right. Good. James Ellis. That's a nice shot, James. That's I really like this one back here in the dark, getting light on it. All of this pops out, that pops out, that pops out. Over here, looks good here. That's nice. How did you light it?
Ambient light from the left, and then on the right side, there was some fill. And actually looks like I uploaded, I don't want to call it the wrong photo, but this image here was shot with the Lumix, the Panasonic Lumix has a post-focus a feature within the camera that automatically does the stacking.
Mm-hmm.
So this file here resulted in a JPEG, just one single JPEG, and then the other option was an MP4 file. So I was not, I mean, I'm okay with this file here, but it was kind of shake and bake. It was just automatic.
Yeah.
So I went back and I have another file that I can upload after the discussion that I actually went through a focus bracketing process, which is closer to what we wanted with the focus stacking.
Mm-hmm.
And I shot this other one that's.
This isn't
Go
bad.
ahead.
It's not bad. That looks pretty sharp back there. Looks pretty sharp up here.
Yep.
It's not bad. This is the auto thing. The MP4, I wonder what if the MP4 is every frame is a layer.
I was unable to import into Photoshop, and I got a notification that said that that there are no video files to import. And then this other feature, this other aspect of this Lumix camera system has a, so this file here is the post focusing. And then the other one that I did was a focus bracketing, where you can choose the number of files that you want to select.
And they all come out individual files then.
Right, correct. And I was able to walk through the methodology that we all discussed about how we know how to do it in Photoshop and to go
Very
through
nice.
that.
That's cool. I'd like to see you. I'd like to see them back to back to see what the difference is. I would always be nervous getting a JPEG back. But you know, if you're out hiking somewhere and you take a shot, the little Lumix cameras are great to go hiking. I wouldn't have a problem getting a JPEG back on that, but on a commercial shoot or something like that, I'd really want to get a RAW.
Right.
Yeah.
I did shoot with a simultaneous RAW and JPEG, but this particular file with that kind of process just automatically gives you a JPEG.
Yeah, this the JPEG is clean here, but since it's processing in the camera, I don't think there's any other way they could kick it out other than a JPEG, since it's being done in the camera. Does it take multiple pictures when you push the button down?
It does, and then all of the processing is in the camera.
Yeah.
And then it just gives you one result.
Yeah.
So if that's what you're after, then that's great. You know, just kind of for the point and shoot kind of photographer, that's excellent. But for this assignment, it was not good enough for me.
All right. Well, very good. Very good. Let's see here. Boom, boom, boom.
And I just uploaded these moments ago. So there was a behind the scenes for the other file. So what I will do is put myself back on mute and then upload the other two files for future review.
Okay, that's fine. Don't worry about it now, James. We're probably done here. Did Barbara Sherman come in? Barbara? No? Okay. Well, all right, folks. Thank you so much for coming out. We are going to start doing individual image, not the group here, but I'm going to start, I mean, not specifically the group and not images from these classes, please, but I'm going to start doing individual image critiques during the week, a couple days a week. Going to do them on live Facebook. So watch for that, and I'll give you all information here in the next, maybe this evening or tomorrow, on how to send the images to me. And I just love looking at your work, and we'll see what we can do and get some more image critiques going for you. Everybody have a great weekend, great rest of your week anyway, and we will see you next time. The new assignment will be up in about an hour and a half. So I'll talk to you soon.
Excellent.
Thanks, Don.
Thank you, Don. Thank you.